yeah.
Oh shit. I'm back. It's in, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're back, another episode, laid out show. This week we've got, I might butcher your record actually, I don't know what your record is. Is it 19 or 20?
19.
19-0, Bradford born, Darren Tetley. Darren, how's it going?
I did, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Good to be back, different venue, but looks good.
Yeah, got you back into, well, we've never had a fighter fresh out of a fight as much as we do with you today. You boxed not even 24 hours ago.
No, what, 12, I don't know, 12 or 6, whatever that is. I boxed 9 o'clock last night anyway.
Yeah.
It's now
Face is looking fresh, so must have been a good result.
Yeah, so I won points, dropped them in the last round, but I was just trying to work on what we've been doing in the gym, and you know, if people know I'm a bit hot-headed and like to fight a bit too much, so the last night was about boxing, and you know, even in training we stripped everything back, literally just throwing a 1-2 for about an hour, throwing a jab for half an hour, and you know, so then in the fight I wanted to show that, you know, you have everyone chanting and wanting you to knock people out, and then when he went down they all wanted me to finish him, and I was just bothered about, I didn't want to ruin the full performance with the last 30 seconds just swinging it out. So yeah, but it was alright, yeah. It wasn't bad.
Nice. So since we had you in, it's been pretty a lot has been going on. Do you want to give people an update of, so when we last had you in on the normal podcast, you just picked up the WBO European title.
Yep.
Do you want to just lay out to everyone what's been going on since then in some detail?
Yeah, so I won that. For like any fighter, I think who wins a title, they think they're gonna be going up. For whatever reason, you know, the fights didn't come, and the fights that we accepted never happened. And then literally went on Twitter. The guy I beat for the title announced he was fighting for the vacant title, and I just commented something along the lines, that's news to me, or something like that. Or how does that work when the belt's at home? Literally no one rung and said, right, Darren, you've been stripped. Like, we didn't even know, so I rung straight on the front of the manager. You know, what the fuck are these on about? And he said, I have no idea. So he rung, and then they went, oh yeah, we stripped you. You boxed on. Basically, I boxed in Bradford, and they're saying they didn't know, which is bullshit because we told them. So, but you know, listen, it's boxing, it's politics, and it's not what everyone looks in and sees. You know, these bright lights, you know, Anthony Joshua and stuff. It's nothing like that. And no one ever says, no one ever thinks, you know, no one will ever say the truth of how boxing is. And I'm not being funny, it's shit. The business side is shit, and that's it. If I listened in school and didn't learn to read and write till I was 20, maybe I wouldn't have had to do it. But I had no choice. And I like to fight. But the business side of stuff, I probably should have stayed amateur and just fought every week. Yeah, you didn't get paid, but... And I think that's the problem. Money is the bad thing in boxing, in professional boxing, because...
The money's definitely there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's money there, but it's like... Listen, as fighters, yeah, you want more. But it's like, for example, someone could offer you a fight and you're like, we'll give you 20 grand. This hasn't happened, but just as a general thing, we'll give you 20 grand. And then they'll go back and say, no, I want 22 grand. Nah, I'm not doing it unless I get 22. Well, we're not giving you 22. And then the fight folds for 2 grand, but you're already getting 20 anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not actually, the fight's folded for £2,000. And amateurs, I used to walk in the gym, right, you're fighting next week. Who am I fighting? I don't know, national champion, I think. Oh, alright. And that was it. You go to a show and fight. Lose, win, whatever, go home, fight again the week after. You know, and now professional boxing, it's how much, where is it? Oh, I don't really want to go to his backyard. You know, and nobody wants to fight because of the money. And nobody wants to pay money. You know, we all want paying.
Yeah.
But, you know, especially smaller shows, I've had a lot of fights, I think, obviously by the on the big shows, but I've had a lot of fights where I've had nothing, where I've actually owed money because people's had to put in to pay the opponent. I've had plenty of fights where I've never been paid. And it's crazy when you speak to people how much they think you actually get. I did a talk in a school once, and one of the kids said I should buy a Bugatti or something. Like, and I was like, wow, this is the thing. This is what people. I know he's only a kid, but even adults probably think we earn that money. It's like the closest thing I've got to a Bugatti is Grand Theft Auto 5. Even then I had to nick it. you know what I mean? And it's obviously the side of boxing that people don't see. Which, and I did a video on Twitter. I was telling you guys before, and just basically saying that, thanks for the support, and everything relies on ticket sales. Small whole shows. If your opponent's getting 2,500 quid, you've got to do £2,500 in tickets before you get a penny. Then the promoter wants something, so you've got to do say $3,500 before you get anything. So you do $3,500 between £35 tickets. How many is that? Is that 100 tickets before you get anything?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have your tables at £70. They boost the thing up, but in general, you've got to do that much before you get a penny. So you could go do £3,500 worth of a ticket and get nothing on a smaller show, and not one boxer will ever come and actually admit that. Why not? And that's the truth of it, and that's how small or boxing works, and that's why, as a boxer who like last night was a small or show, and everyone's like, who you fighting? It's like, because they don't see that, they probably just presume you're going to get paid anyway. They probably presume you're getting paid, so they want a good fight, and it's not. It's I paid my opponent, and I paid the promoter. That's how it worked last night. So when fighters, not just me on smaller shows, begging people to buy tickets, because that's what we're doing. We're begging people to buy tickets. My fight last night was going to be called off last Monday because of ticket sales. And the opponent cost, but we got a change of opponent. Like that's how thingy it is, and people don't see that. People just see, when you're fighting for a title, like as if I don't want it. I got a text today. When you're fighting for a title, it's like, I don't know. Go find someone who's gonna fight me then. I don't know.
Yeah.
As if it's the boxer's fault, and it's not. And I guarantee in every fight that doesn't happen, your Kell Brook, your Mia Khan, for example, it won't be the boxers that don't want it. It's the people around them and the business side of it that stops it happen. And it's always little percentages as well, especially in big fights. But smaller shows, people need to. Like everyone says to me, there was a bit fed up with Bradford Hotel because it's only a small venue, and it is. But you have to look at it from a business. If I can't sell Bradford Hotel out, are they ever going to do a fight at Valley Parade? No way.
No.
How are they?
Yeah.
How is a promoter going to be like, well, Darren, you didn't sell this, so how are we going to go to that? And yet everyone wants the big fights, but to get big fights and title fights, it costs money. So
yeah,
it might be I don't actually know how much it is, but it could be a $5,000 commission fee to put a WBO European title fight on. Then the opponent's going to want $10,000. That's $15,000 you need to raise there, just for one half of the opponent and the commission. Then you've got, obviously, if it was me, I'd want to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got the security of the show. Then you've got the staff of the venue, wherever it is. Then you've got the rental of the venue, and it's all money, and that's it. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you know what? It's do you know what? It's probably good for people to hear that.
The side of the fans that they don't see that side, do they?
It's not that easy. Like I remember last time we talked to you when you're on the podcast. You were kind enough after the show to say, this is what's potentially going on. This. We said yes to this fight, yes to the other, and it's not a fact of not wanting to fight. I think you put two boxers in a ring, they all want to fight. You wouldn't go training boxing most of them want it.
You wouldn't, and that's why I don't mention names of who we got offered, who we didn't get offered, and who turned it down, because I know it's not the fighter turning it down, it's the management around them. Now I can't control what my manager does. For all I know, he could have been offered Kell Brook 2 weeks ago. He hasn't, but you know what I mean. If he doesn't tell me, how do you know? And that's where I'm lucky. I trust my manager 100%. And I remember I think I was 2-0, and we got offered Luke Campbell.
Oh really?
When I was 2-0.
Wow.
I said, fuck that. No, but you know, as a manager, he's got to offer me it, and it's up to me whether I take it or not. But you know, and I don't know, boxers aren't honest. I don't think, or a lot of them aren't. They like to lie, not lie, but such, but sort of get around, swerve things, and rather than just saying no, I don't want to fight him. You know, if you don't want to fight someone, fair enough. If you got a good enough I mean, I'm at the level now where it's a bit different, but you know, if I got offered Terence Crawford tomorrow, would I fight him? Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
But when I was 2-0 trying to build my way up and get offered Luke Campbell on his debut, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No amount of money you're going to give me for this is enough.
No.
And you got to be realistic as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one of them. If I got offered a fight and I didn't fancy it, whether it was someone who was 17 and I'd just say it. No. Why? Because they'll punch me head in. That's it. You know, if you really didn't want to fight someone, but we're in a sport where we need to fight. Like, even if it was the fight I got offered last when we accepted, and it sort of never happened. I don't know why, but he was 6-0, but he was European gold medalist, world bronze, German superstar who Sauerlands are absolutely raving about. You know, Abbas Barao or something, so I don't even know his name. But they're obviously bringing him over to put him on the Josh Taylor undercard to make him look like a superstar. Of course they had. And we accepted the fight. And it wasn't them. Look, again, money. They probably found someone cheaper, and which they have. Well, don't know about cheaper, but local. He's fighting John O'Donnell, who's from London. So that just shows the business side of stuff. And it's like, there was a chance there I might not win. But it didn't make me not want to take the fight. You know, and that's the thing. You've got to be... Too many boxers want a 99% chance that they're going to win. And me, I've got my wife who's out in the car waiting for me. My kids, I got 3 kids, a wife, you know. But I've got a full-time job. So I don't need fights. I don't need boxing. I just enjoy it. But, you know, because of the business, now it's like... You do want paying for it.
Yeah.
But there's too many small fractions why fights don't happen. And rather than just thinking, you know what, I looked at that fight as it was at the weight above. I didn't need the fight. It was a risky fight. He had all the amateur pedigree. You know, he's got all this backing. It's funny, I was talking to Tyrone Nurse last night and he sparred him. He said he turned up in a brand new Mercedes. He said he's sponsored up to high heaven. He said he's looked after. You know, he didn't have to worry about anything. And yeah, I didn't need the fight. And if things took off after the European title fight, would I have took that fight? Probably not. But I thought, it's an opportunity there. If I can go beat him, then I've just beat this German superstar.
Yeah.
And I don't think many boxers look at it that way. Whereas, you know what? Yeah, there's a chance I can lose, but William Warburton hit me at the back of the ear and nearly knocked me out. And he's had 120, lost 200 and odd, or whatever he had. So what's it matter?
Yeah.
You just got to take a chance, and if you get the opportunity, take it. And that's advice to young boxers, I think. Get the right team and take the right fights.
Yeah. So you won last night. You were saying like get in there, box a bit more, do what you're doing in the gym. So and you separated from Frank Warren. So what's the future meant to look like now? Like you've got, I see you got like a new agency looking after you. Settled back down, got back in the gym, fight out of the way in Bradford. You know, is there a plan? Is there a little plan in place now?
Not really. To be honest, no. I want the British title, but because I know how boxing works, it's not going to be that simple to get it. I think I'm back in the gym tomorrow, which is I think where the last couple of fights have gone wrong. I've gone missing for 3 weeks, and I never used to, like when I turned over, like, I was in the gym every day, or 1 day off a week, have a fight Saturday, be back Monday, and really enjoying it. And then, after the Cartwright fight, I was getting a bit fed up, and nothing came. And then I was in a fight in Bradford a few months after the Cartwright fight, and then I hurt my back. So then I pulled out of that. So then I was out of the gym, and then I just never really got going. And then, so this time I'm back in the gym, and I think the only way an opportunity is going to come for me now is someone ringing up last minute, hoping I'm not fit and hoping I'm not on weight and stuff. And I genuinely think that's the only. And so that's why I'm going to be back in the gym So then if something comes, Eddie Hearn rings and says Conor Benn can't fight, Conor Benn's opponent's pulled out last night and it's a week out, can you step in?
Yeah.
Of course I can.
Do you know what? I was checking the rankings for the UK guys, and there's some pretty fun fights in there. A lot of people with a lot of zeros as well. Conor Benn, Tyron Nurse. There's a lot of people around there that I would like to think there'll be some pretty big domestic fights for you now. Especially maybe you can. It might be a bit easy. Is it easier for you to say yes now, or is it? It doesn't really make a difference.
I've always been willing to fight.
True.
Obviously it is a business, and you have. I know I was saying before. People look to put much of the business, but it is, and it's like I'd fight any of them. And it's not even really if the money's right. It's just if the money's worth. If that makes, I'm not going to cry over a little bit of money, but as long as in my head I think, that's worth that. And let's be honest, I had 71 amateur fights for free, so it doesn't really matter. But you sort of think now, I've got kids, I want a bit of looking after, sort of thing, and you just got to think what fights are them in the top 10 are realistic going to happen. Josh Kelly's on, obviously but level above at the minute. Whether he fights Avanesian, which will be interesting if he does. Conor Benn, I think he's going to go another route. I can't imagine him fighting anyone in the top 10 in Britain, to be honest. I just can't, and I genuinely can't see it. You got Tyrone Nurse. I was chatting to him last night actually, and I think me and Tyrone are in a similar position. We're in the who needs me club.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to take a risk? 19-0. I'm 19-0, and it's like a southpaw, and I'm like, we don't really need him.
We say this to our friends
because I've got
all the
a bit of a loose cannon. I just don't care. People think we're not gonna know what he's gonna do. I've said all along. You see press conferences and stuff. People talk about people's families. I can say right now on camera, I swear on my kid's life, if someone talked about my kids or my wife at a press conference, I was smacking them in the mouth. I will get banned from boxing. I don't care. Fuck that. Some people take it too far, and that's probably sometimes why I don't get into this bad mouthing stuff, because I know what my head's like, and I just think, and this isn't even, boxers might look at this and say, if I fight him and I talk some shit, I will throw a table at your head.
Got full Chisora on him.
Serious. I'll make sure it lands. And it's just you look at the top 10 and think, who out of them are gonna fight? Who would fight you? And because promotion stuff and people go the different ways, and you just can't. You could not look at that and be, they'd definitely fight me. There's money in that one. And I'd have to take. The only way I'd take a fight is if the money wasn't great. Was if I knew it would do something for me. If I won.
Yeah.
That'd be the thing. It's like if I don't know. I can't think who there is who's sort of come off a loss or who's not been that great recent. You got to think, well, is it worth it? If you're fighting someone that's not looked that good in the last 3 fights or lost 2 of the last 3, you sort of think, am I going to actually gain anything from beating him? It's like Dave Allen and David Price.
Yeah.
Dave Allen really was in a no-win situation there.
Yeah.
Because if he won, David Price was past it. And now he got beat, and it's like, fucking hell, David Price beat you. We thought it was past it.
Yeah.
So he was in a no-win, win or lose anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd have to be in a fight where if I win, then that's massive. And that's why this German, that's why I took it.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance I might lose, but if I win, there's no way on earth if I win that fight, doors don't open.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
Couldn't be.
So. Start rolling the dice now.
Yeah. See who comes up.
There you go. So we're going to get into the next part. We're going to get your thoughts on some topics that are out there at the moment, right? Yeah. So first one, it's you want to watch a fight. You were boxing yourself, but Triple G fought last night.
I love Triple G.
And
favourite fighter.
I
haven't seen it yet.
And sorry, so you might be a bit biased.
I've heard, and he is my favourite fighter. My wife will tell you the same. I watch him all the time, but he is not what he was. He really.
That's what they were saying last night.
And I haven't seen the fight, but obviously against Canelo, you can say what. My thoughts on Canelo is he's unbelievable, but he failed the drug test, and I am massive on that stuff.
He did.
But ability-wise, drugs can't give you ability, and they can't give you the boxing ability. Because if they could, I'd fucking text them. You know what I mean? Like they can't give him the boxing ability that he has. And whatever it was, no boxer, no matter what you take, steroids are not going to make you any better.
Yeah.
But his skill set is probably the top of Bar Lomachenko, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's probably Bar Lomachenko. His skill set and the way he can throw shots is special. And I think looking at Golovkin in them fights and in the Jacobs fights, he just doesn't look like he's got what he had. I mean, he was hitting people and that was it.
Yeah, hitting them with like on the falling back and just knocking people out.
It was frightening, and I think the Derevchenko, whatever, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
And I think they've took that fight thinking he'll be in front of him, so Triple G can hit him.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but people have to remember that that's what Sergey wanted as well. Sergey wanted the fight. He didn't want someone who was going to move, which is probably why they took the fight, thinking, well, Triple G's hittable.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't seem to have that, what he had, like just boom, one shot, game over.
So,
or that finishing instinct. Because, I mean, he dropped him in the first round, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the Triple G who fought sort of Rosado, maybe even Kell Brook, who else did he fight before that? No, when he went on that run of...
Yeah, he was just rampaging for everyone, wasn't he?
The Triple G of them fights, if he drops one in the first round, he was getting them out of there. That's what I think, anyway.
So, you're a Triple G fan. The question is, who do you want to see him fight next? Do you care about him fighting Canelo a third time? Do you want to see him fight someone like Callum Smith? Where do you go now?
Hate to say it, but it won't beat Canelo now.
Do you think Canelo beats him easy now?
I think... And again, I'm a massive fan of Triple G, really big fan of him, and I just think the second fight was the most telling because Canelo were in front of him for pushing him back and staying in the pocket, and he did that in the second fight, and Canelo's just gone on even from there.
Yeah.
And you just sort of think, Oscar De La Hoya knew what he was doing. He was never going to fight Golovkin when Golovkin was tearing through Rosado, Macklin.
No.
All there was never going to take that fight then.
No.
Callum Smith, it's hard because who knows? I mean, who rocked Callum Smith? He fought someone and someone hurt him in the WSB. I think it was. I can't think it was that Eric guy. Someone caught him with a shot and wobbled him, and so you think if Golovkin hit him,
puts him away.
But I mean, any boxer who's learning how to box or learning the trade should watch Callum Smith because he just does everything right, and I think that's a big factor when he fights. Like the stuff he does, it doesn't look special, but everything is more or less perfect. You could look at Golovkin, he gets hit too much. You look at little bits of every fight, like but they do this. Him, he's just there, bang, and everything's solid as well. So if I was Golovkin, I'd stay away from him.
All right, okay.
I would not go near him. I can't think who's at middleweight. Who's at middleweight?
The talk of Triple G's next fight really is it's looking like it'd be between Callum Smith. They want to make Callum Smith at Anfield, which would be pretty. I'd probably go watch Golovkin fight there. That'd be pretty sick. Or it's Saunders. They're talking about Saunders because Canelo's tied up with Kovalev now.
Kovalev, yeah.
So that's off. So it's probably out of them two. Hearn's got hold of his in the zone, and so he's pretty close to Golovkin and Smith and Saunders. So he can make that happen now for sure.
I think
Saunders beats him now. Probably. I'd say he probably outboxes him. If I had to stick my neck out,
could outbox him.
Like to see Saunders get clipped though.
I mean, you look at
how you can take
Golovkin when he fought Monroe, Southpaw, and you just think if Saunders can box like he did with Lemieux, but look what Golovkin done with Lemieux.
Yeah, murdered.
He outboxed him just as much as Saunders, but in a different fashion. It was he outboxed him just as convincingly. And you just sort of think if he hit Saunders. I mean, I've never actually seen Saunders hurt or anything.
Nah.
But Golovkin, obviously, if he catches anyone, it's dangerous. And I'd rather watch a Smith fight as a fan. I think if you had a choice between watching any of them fights for just watching, you'd probably pick
Golovkin Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, it'd be nice. All right, so the next one is Nigel Benn is coming back to fight. Do you have an opinion on that?
What the fuck is he doing? I don't. Sorry, Nigel. I don't know. I mean, he's been retired. I seen it. I say I'm not gonna say this as if it's my own. I can't think of what I seen it on, but I seen it on Twitter. Someone said, "You retired, however many years ago. How can you still not put it to bed?" Like, if I mean, he's saying it's to closure. That's what. How can you still need?
I've got
closure?
an itch I need to scratch.
Yeah. How can you still need closure after retiring?
But if he wins, he'll want to fight again, won't he? If he wins, he'll want to fight.
I don't
again.
even think he'll beat Saki Obika, to be honest. Like, I just think Saki Obika is just too rough, and I mean, no one knows what he's got left. And I seen an interview with him saying, everyone's going on about age. He's like, I feel great, and he might feel great training, but in a fight, it's a lot different. And let's say he wins. I mean, what weight is he fighting at? Super middle or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's say he wins. What they're gonna do?
Where's he
do is fight Callum Smith at Anfield as well.
Is put him in against Callum.
Think about it realistically. If he wins, is it a comeback or is it just one last fight? Which one is it? If it's one last fight, then go for it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you need it, then do it. But if it's a comeback, then I've no idea where you go.
Yeah.
In that way, I mean,
it's dangerous weight as well. There's some beasts in there.
Super middle. I mean, there's Callum Smith, obviously. I'm not good with weight classes, to be honest. Who else is at super middle?
Super middle. You're talking like Canelo, Danny Jacobs, these people.
Is he going to fight any of that? Is he even going to get?
I hope not.
Like, so you think if it's a one-off and he needs it out of his system, why leave it so late? If this has been on your head, I mean, how long has it been? Is it 20 years or 10 years?
It must be like 15, 20 years he's retired.
So, for me, if you retire and you still have that, like Ricky Hatton, it was out a year, 2 years, and he had to come back. He didn't leave it 20 years. Say, I need to come back now. Maybe I think it's a lot to do with seeing his son. I think he could be attending more shows. Obviously, when Connor's fighting and he's seeing the buzz and he's thinking, I want some more of this, and I just think it's I mean, if he's having one-off fight, then okay, go for it. But as far as a career, he's nothing to prove.
No.
But I just don't understand where he's gonna go. Where can he go? Yeah. If he beats Saki Obika, he's not gonna get a super fight. So why do it? You've been a world champion already. So if you're coming back, you're never going to be a world champion because of the people who's at the top.
Yeah.
What's the point? It doesn't make sense.
All right, last one on this part is Wilder versus Ortiz. People are making out like Wilder's just going to run through Ortiz, even though he was probably losing until he knocked him out. What do you reckon? Same again?
Yeah, probably.
Because Wilder's just terrifying, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he is the scariest fighter on the planet.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is, I wouldn't want Triple G to hit me, or even being because he just stalks you and bullies you and mauls you. But while he's a heavyweight, he's huge and he knocks everyone out. So it's like everything you just won't want to fight. If no matter what weight you are, you don't want to fight the big, scary-looking guy who knocks everyone out. You think, I don't need any of that. But I can probably see it more convincingly this time.
Gets him out earlier.
If not earlier, just more. Even if it's the 11th round, I can see him the other rounds being a lot, less competitive as such as the other one. And then I think Fury takes the belts off him.
Yeah, Fury just
belt off him.
Well, he should have him. Well,
yeah,
probably from the last time. So
is it just? I mean, that I don't understand that Lineal stuff.
Yeah, do you know that's been flying around lately? Like they keep announcing him as Lineal, and Eddie Hearn came out like saying that it's bullshit.
What does it mean?
It means he's never. He's the guy that beat the guy. So say you
similar to yourself, really, isn't it?
You've never been beaten as WBO European champion. So even if
I'm the Lineal WBO European champion. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna put that on Twitter now. Lineal.
We figured it out, and we've
back
on top, man.
I think Fury beats a lot of them. To keep that short and sweet, I think Fury beats a lot of them.
Yeah, do you know what? We asked that as a question to Jermaine Springer and Al. We said after all the dust settles with all the heavyweights, they've all fought, who's the guy at the top? You said Fury cleans out everyone.
The way I look at that heavyweight thing is Ruiz beats Joshua again.
Yeah,
I believe.
Okay.
Fury beats Wilder. Wilder could probably beat Ruiz. Just if he gets caught, and Wilder beats Joshua. But I can just see Fury beating them all. I can see sort of Ruiz, Joshua, Wilder in a little, maybe one could beat the other, but I just see Fury could do them all, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I decided to disagree with you. So we'll get into the
second part of the show. A couple of questions for you. Top 3 pound for pound fighters for you, dead or alive?
From off dead or alive, I'm just going to stick to alive because I don't actually watch much boxing and don't know much about olden days either, to be honest. Lomachenko I will go pound for pound skill and what they've achieved, right? So Lomachenko, I think you've got to say is 1. I don't want to say it because he's a drug cheat, but Canelo probably 2. Crawford or Usyk at 3rd.
Usyk's come up a lot, a lot.
Crawford or Usyk at 3rd. And it's strange because you look at what Usyk's done. He cleared out the cruiserweights in quick time, and he went to everyone's backyard as well. Like, that's the big thing. Like I was on about earlier, no one wants to do that. But I think from what they've achieved, I mean, you look at Lomachenko, he hasn't been in with the superstars, but Linares was one of the pound for pound, originally. He was in everyone's top 10 at one point, and he just he got dropped. But the stuff he can do, and being a southpaw as well, I seen him do some stuff in fights, and I think that can't be that hard to do. And then when you try it in sparring and fall over, it's harder than it looks. And so I think skill and what they've achieved, Lomachenko, because of how quick he's done it, and the amount of world title. I mean, world title in your 3rd fight is crazy. I mean, I beat Jason Nesbitt in my 3rd fight at Leeds Town Hall. And then Canelo, obviously, that speaks for itself. Some could probably I probably only won't put Canelo at 1 because he's a drug cheat and I don't like it. And then, obviously, Crawford and Usyk, I think, is 3rd. I know everyone raves about Crawford and his ability, but
he needs to fight a big name now.
Yeah, he hasn't been in with an elite. To say he's listen, ability wise, he probably is up there, but I just think he needs to. So for that, Usyk, Crawford at 3.
Yeah, both of them need them big.
Yeah,
Usyk needs them big heavyweights, and then Crawford needs a Spence.
Usyk is at cruiserweight. He just cleared it, and he fought names in that. I mean, I thought Gassiev could have beaten, or was going to beat, and they just punched lumps out of him. But they both need I mean, Canelo's got them big names. He's been in with everyone. He's like 2 years older than me. So.
Yeah, he's crazy. His record's ridiculous. It's like in his 50s or something.
Yeah,
50 odd wins or something.
The people who he's been in with at that age, you just think, wow.
Yeah, Mayweather, Triple G, he's gonna go Kovalev. Fucking mad that he'll go down one of the greats if he keeps winning. That's
the especially with the drug thing. How is he going up at light heavyweight? I just don't. I mean, he started off at welter, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's like me eventually in 4 years going to light heavy.
Well, he fought Floyd at like a catch weight, so even lower. Like he fought him at a dodgy weight, like 1-4.
I thought it was 152 or something.
Was it something? It was.
I think it was between light, middle, and welter. But he won a welterweight world title, didn't he?
Yeah.
Years ago. And you think to go from that, so to my weight, to bigger than Callum Smith.
Yeah, light heavy.
How?
So it's like Darren to Jermaine.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, Darren to Jermaine.
It's just not gonna. How does it happen? Unless you just go away from boxing for 3 years,
blast weights,
get sent to prison and go do weights for 3 years.
Or you just get on that Mexican meat and all good.
Exactly. And I think that now that'll always cast a doubt over everyone. I mean, if he thought Kovalev beat him and passed the drug test, then he's obviously done it somewhere clean.
Yeah.
But like that's why I say from ability, Canelo's ability, because Jugs will never give anyone ability. The ability he's got, the shots he throws, is he's special.
Yeah. Fun.
Second question: if you could lay out any celebrity, who would it be?
See, I said I'm gonna think about this, and I actually didn't. So it can be like
Anyone.
anybody.
You can if you can knock any.
Is this because like we don't like him or just who?
I see mine. I say it every week now.
Who's yours?
Robbie Williams, man. I fucking love to spark Robbie Williams out. I don't hate him, but I just look at him like, God, I'd love to knack you.
I'd love to just left hook you.
Yeah, all it. Yeah, honestly.
Who's yours?
I don't know who did that.
He
Anyone from Love Island, man. That's what I.
He wants to go for all the Love Island gang.
You just want to bash them all.
All of them, man. All hold it back.
See, I'm gonna take a different route with this. I'm gonna say The Rock.
The Rock.
Because if I chinned him, I would look like one-eyed bastard. I think he's funny, and I watch all his shows, and I don't dislike it. But I just think if I battered you, like if you was in town and you hit him and knocked him out,
You'd be a legend, man.
people would be like,
credit for that.
"Wow, you're hard."
You'd be an internet sensation.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so
blowing
like,
up.
if it was someone I didn't like, I can't think of any celebrities I don't like. To be honest, like politics and all this, I don't get involved in that because you upset everyone. You say the wrong thing about politics, and that you've got Twitter brigade on you.
Yeah.
So I try not to slag anyone off on Twitter about politics, but
We'll take The Rock.
yeah, The Rock, yeah.
The Rock.
That's the yeah. You've taken a tough scrap there. Most people would take an easy route.
And
You said who I would like to, not who I could.
No. Who you like to?
could. I just want my.
Who you like to? Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, there you go.
And if you could, I guess your dream fight, who would it be?
Dream fight.
Yeah, dream fight, next fight, no obstacles.
So just. How would I want to fight? I think you'd have to go where the most money is, wouldn't you? I don't know. Crawford.
Yeah.
Crawford.
Phone rings tomorrow. You just get me on the plane. I'm there.
Probably more for the money, to be fair.
Yeah.
Crawford at Valley
No, actually
Parade.
not. Amir Khan.
Amir Khan at Valley Parade.
Yeah, because I genuinely think if it went right, he's Crawford. I'm never going to beat him in a million years. But Khan, you'd be like, maybe I could.
1,000% we're chopping that up and sending that to Amir Khan.
Maybe I could if he tied his hands behind his back or something. I might have a chance, but.
But if you hit him, you know he's going down.
Exactly. Even I don't hit that hard, but I mean, if you could now at the time, you'd probably take the Crawford fight because he's the best in the division. So you obviously want to aim for. I used to say I'd always want to spar Golovkin, just to feel as sick as it sounds.
I was just going to say you are sick.
Just to feel like the power. Like I remember I used to train with a
Who
lad.
thinks like that?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just see it, you just think like how hard he hits, and you just think, I'd love to just see how hard he actually hits.
Why don't you just hold the pads? Don't let him thump you in the head.
Is it? Like, I used to train with a lad, and I knew him when I was in school before I got kicked out, and he was right quiet, like never a bit of a geek. No one ever speak to him at all. I was never his mate. I just seen him, and he once walked into the boxing gym when I was amateur, and I said to the coach, I'll spar him. So he goes to my school. He fucking hit me and nearly broke my rib. It felt like he hit my rib there and it landed there. He had the freakish power I have had. Honestly, to this day, he's the hardest person. I mean, it was like a robot. Like, his hands were just like that. And he'd just follow you around. But you knew you couldn't stay away from him for 2 minutes.
No.
Because he would catch you. And literally, when he hit you, it was frightening. Like, he boxed in Blackpool once, and he boxed this Asian kid, and he was right flashy. This Asian kid's like, he couldn't hit him, and you could see the corner man at the time was absolutely screaming. He would call Rob with this lad, and he's just in the corner like, okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay. You're like, no, Rob, you fucking get your hands and go da. He's like, it's okay, I'll catch him. Never mind, you'll catch him. You're not even throwing a punch. Like, okay, second round, go, never hit him. So I was like, oh, this is getting painful. But in my head, I'm thinking, all he has to do is land.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he has to do is land. And then the last round, he hit this kid that went up and literally both this kid's legs come off the floor. And he was just down. And then he come back, he said, I was sat right near the corner. He said to the corner man, I told you I'd catch him. his power, and I can imagine Golovkin's power being very similar. That when they hit you, it was just like, it was not like sometimes you follow through like that. His didn't, it just went, and he was just there. And no matter what shot it was, like he hit me with a body shot. I was only 17 or something at the time, but he hit me with, bear in mind it's his first training session. I mean, his brothers are like black belts in Taekwondo, and his dad's the same, and I don't know if he is, but, and he just come in and like that, and he just go, oh, the amount of times he just sat me on my ass. I would think I was a national champion at the time, and he just, I mean, I was 64 kilo, he was 75, but like everyone he sparred, you could outbox him easy. If you could keep on your bike and not let him hit you, you'd be fine. But I mean, what's 75? Is that middleweight?
Yeah.
I guarantee any pro middleweight now, if he hit him, they're getting hurt. Like,
Is it just natural that, before we wrap up, is that power just natural? Like you can't make...
Because it didn't...
You're just as powerful as you're ever going to be.
You see people on pads go, wah, with all these... It didn't make it. It just went...
Like it was a sledgehammer.
He once got stabbed, right? 2 lads stabbed him in town. Both lads ended up in hospital.
Jeez.
And I swear on my kids'
This
life,
guy's a gangster.
both lads ended up in hospital. Like, and he went into the hospital because obviously he got stabbed. So he's got into the hospital, and they're like, "Oh, what happened to you again?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, well, kind of." And they went, "I've been stabbed." And they went, "Who stabbed you? Like, do you know who it is?" He went, "It's him in that room over there." And these 2 kids are just being sparked out. And he's there with like these cut marks, and you just think, 2 people come at you with knives, and both of them end up in hospital. And it's funny because I'll never forget. I mean, I haven't seen him for years, but I will never forget him until I die. Like, he is the one person. And when I watch Golovkin and I imagine how his power would be, probably a lot worse, but I just think it'd be the similar sensation, I guess. Yeah. Which I don't know why I want Golovkin to win, because that was not nice anyway.
Perverted, man.
Honestly, I
can't sit here and say I get it.
I wish he stayed boxing. I mean, he never won anything, and he lost amateur fights because everyone would move and not stand with him.
Yeah.
But obviously, pros is a lot slower pace, and his power, it was just scary. Like, he threw like 3 punches around or something, but at this point you've already threw 200 to keep him away from you, and he just smiled at you, and like, you'd be punching him like,
it's like kind of knowing I'm going to
catch you. But he used to say it to you as well, because I mean, whenever I got close to him, I grabbed the shit out. Like, I was not like, and I'd
tie him right up.
You'd grab him and he'd be like, "I'll get you." Like, you was like,
that'd really put me
I'll
off.
It
Fucking
was fine.
front
When we quite, I'm gonna try to find a picture, because I don't know if he ever was in the paper for boxing or whatever.
I'll fucking get him in here.
Honestly, I don't know what he's doing now. Actually, I want to try.
What's his full name, man? If he's listening, if he picks this up,
Robert Nicholas. I think
Robert Nicholas. If you're out in town, don't fucking start on Robert Nicholas.
Honestly, like he had the freakiest power ever. Like, it was awful, and he didn't look it either. Like, that was like, if you go in town and you want a bit of a fight. Unless that's just me being from Bradford. Like, I used to go out wanting to fight everyone. He'd be the one you picked on. You'd be like, "I'm gonna fight you tonight," and then he'd fucking lay you out.
Right. Darren, thanks for coming in. People want to find you, they want to follow you. Where can they go at?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Darren Tetley Boxing. I control that, and then I've got a Facebook page which my mum controls, because I can't be trusted on there.
So no crazy messages on there?
No, I've had a few. Who's this person? I have no idea. But yes, I'm on Twitter that I run myself. That's normally how to get hold of me.
Yeah, and people want to find out more about you, they can head to the Make It Mastermind podcast.
Yep.
Episode 19 as well. So
yeah.
Go
talk about nicking cars and all sorts.
Yeah.
That was a great episode. That was a class episode.
Do you know, I never told my mum the stuff I'd done.
Oh,
she didn't know a lot of it.
She heard it back.
She didn't know a lot of it, and when we was doing a podcast, and I don't really tell them stories much because the police never caught me for them. But I remember doing it, and then I come out and I said to my wife knew I was telling her. She's like, "But you wouldn't know a lot of that." I'm like, "Fuck." So then that night I had to go to my mum and say, "Mum, just sit down." I mean, she knew I'd been in a nick car before. Like so she knew I was flying because I was rallying it around the field at the bottom of the street, at the bottom of my street. But she never knew the detail of stuff that I was actually doing until. So yeah, it's all your fault.
Sorry, mate.
I'd rather rear it on myself. I said, Mum, there's going to be some stuff on here that you don't know. So I'm just going to tell you it. And she's like, I fucking knew you were up to something. Every time a police helicopter would out, where are you? Okay.
Oh shit.
There you go.